Hey everyone, I am Arlena Gafford, an Avon Gold Sales Leader and Honor Society member, and I wanted to come out and ask you, are you discouraged in your Avon business? Are you feeling like it's just not going well? You're not making the money, or maybe you don't have the customers buying and you don't know what to do, or maybe you're a new representative and you thought more of your family and friends would buy from you. If you're feeling discouraged, I wanted to come out and just share a couple tips with you on how you can really get past that and how I grew my business in my first year. And honestly, my family and friends did not build my business as much as I thought they would. Now, when I first got started, my mom came home with an Avon book. So she came home with an Avon book, and on the back, it had the lady's information to buy, sell, or fundraise. And I thought, oh my gosh, never thought about selling Avon. So I actually called the lady because we didn't have online appointments back then. And I finally got a hold of her and I got signed up. But do you know, I started with my mom and my aunt ordering from me, but that's not what kept me going. So if I depended on my mom and my aunt to buy from me and to make me the money that I was wanting to make, which was only a couple $100s at the time, then I honestly would not be in this full time and working Avon instead of a job. So you really want to think about how you can build your business without having your family and friends to depend on. Yes, they'll get you started, and yes, some of them will sign up and they will buy from you because they love Avon too, but sometimes your family might not be as supportive. So you really want to think outside of just your circle. And I will tell you, the number one thing that helped me build my business is to look to other people who I did not know. So you are watching this video, and are you my family member? Are you one of my best friends? Maybe we became Avon besties over time, but we didn't know each other until either I gave you an Avon book or I met you on Facebook. So you really want to think about how you can grow your Avon business. And the number one thing that you want to purchase, I know I hear it all the time, well, I don't have a whole lot of money, or oh my gosh, XYZ, the excuse after excuse. The number one tool, not samples, not anything else. So if you are buying a ton of samples, buying a ton of bags and demo products, absolutely stop that today, okay? Starting with this order, the only business tool that you buy, the most that you can buy, and I personally say buy 100 books, which is 10 packs, which is at the moment $25.80, so not a whole lot of money. You buy your Avon books. This is going to literally make the biggest difference in your business, but at the same time, you can't just buy them and leave them sitting in your house. You can't just buy them and go, well, maybe they'll call me. No, you have to buy these books and you have to do a few things with them, okay? So who's going to commit to buying 100 Avon books or more every single campaign? And Miss Pat, who sold over 100,000 in her first year, well, I believe she sold over 100,000. I know she sold at President's Council her first year. She actually, and sorry, I have my fan blowing, so my hair feels like it's trying to get in my face. But she actually knew I can't just order 5 or 10 books and think that's going to make me some money. She came in this years ago to straight off the bat. She needed to make money and she didn't want to go clock in. So she ordered 500 books every single campaign. And honestly, I should have done the same thing. So maybe I need to turn my fan. So what you can do, you can either take my challenge of 100 books every campaign, or you can do what she did and order way more than 100 books, because you have to grow your business, and only you can do this, not your family and friends, not even the customers that you're going to get, because this is your business. And if you want it to grow, you have to really focus on a few things. So my first year I sold over $22,000. Like, oh my gosh, I had $22,000 in sales. How did I do that? I first signed up. My mom and my aunt was my very first customers. They bought from me, but they didn't keep my business going, and they sure didn't buy $22,000. Now, they might want to, but they didn't buy $22,000 worth of Avon products. So when you are thinking about your business, you want to, one, order as many brochures as possible every single campaign. Two, you want to get you a notebook. So, I mean, it can be a notebook like this. It can be the address book in your web office, in your Avon account. It can be a piece of paper, but you want to get something that you're going to keep up with your customer list. I even have a customer list at naturallybeautifultips.com in the free resource section. So lots of things on that website, but click on free resources and look for the customer list. So you want to not only order your brochures, but you want to go ahead and get you a notebook, and this is going to be like your life, okay? So these two things literally goes everywhere with you. Like, you don't leave the house without Avon books and your notebook that you're going to write your customer's name, phone number, email, address. You want to get their information, because not only are you going to pass out an Avon book to that customer every single campaign, but you're going to call them every single campaign to get their order. If I had waited for my customers to call me, my mom would have called me and placed an order. My aunt would have called me and placed an order. A couple customers maybe would have called me and placed an order. But past that, even one of my best customers, she wouldn't have called me. She tells me all the time, make sure you reach out to me because I'm so busy, I forget. But do you know she will place a $50 order with me if I'll call her, or a $20 order, or even a $100 order? So I have to reach out to her, even though she absolutely loves Avon, but I have to reach out to her to get her order. So you're going to order your brochures. You're going to have your notebook where you write your customers down, all your new customers, your current customers, your family, friends. Don't leave them out, because like I said, some of your family and friends absolutely love Avon and they want products as well, but you have to make sure you give them a new book every 2 weeks, and you have to make sure you call them every 2 weeks. So my suggestion is pick your order date. Avon gives us the chance, the choice to order when we want. We can order once a week, or we can order once a campaign. You get to decide, and you need to go ahead, and I'm telling you right now, you need to do two things. You need to, one, grow your customer base to 200 customers where you are giving out 200 orders. I'm sorry, you want 200 orders, don't you? But you want to make sure you are giving out 200 brochures every campaign to your customers, and you want to call and reach out to 200 customers every campaign, because if you will do this now, you will automatically 100% have sales that you have never thought possible come Christmas season. And not only will you have those sales, but you can work on President's Club. You can earn more money for your family, for yourself. If you're just in this for yourself, you can get your products free. You can get your Christmas shopping free, because you're earning more money from those customers. So you want to make sure that you are doing this. Now, how do you get those customers? You order 200 brochures. Look at this. No models in this book, only Avon representatives. OMG. So very cool that Avon did this. We get to see our clothes on real people, real Avon representatives. So you order 200 brochures. Now what do? You might be stumped. Maybe you don't know how to do this. Maybe you are at home and your car is broke down, or maybe your car does work, but you really still don't know what to do. This is how I grew my business, okay? I'm going to give you a few different ways on how I grew my business 11 years ago and how I grew my business 11 years fast forward to now. So back then, in my very first year, I signed up in April. By June, I was set up at a huge event. I paid like $150 to have an Avon booth at a big festival that is in the town that I grew up in. And I went out and I had products and I had books and I had a drawing at my table. Now, I was very, very shy then and really wish I would have talked to more people, but if they kind of walked by my booth, I would ask them if they want a book. Would you like to enter in my drawing? But I didn't really ask everybody. So now what I do when I'm at my events, not only do I make sure I have a few products on hand, I have tons of books on hand and drawing slips for my customers. And you can find the drawing slips at naturallybeautifultips.com under the free resources. But I give away a product basket at those events so I can get their contact information, and that's going to be future customers. Some will answer the phone, some won't. Do not worry about if they say, no, I'm not interested, or they never answer the phone, because your goal is to talk to so many people that you get the amount that you want in. So if you're only wanting $500 in sales, then you really want to have like 50 to 100 customers. If you want $5,000 in sales, you really want a ton of customers. So I did events, and I still do events. I just do them a little bit different now. Now, the other thing that I did, I went around to businesses. I went into, say, the Subway, and next door was a cigarette store. Most of you know I could care less about cigarettes, but I still went in there. So maybe this Subway has an Avon rep, but the cigarette store didn't. And maybe you go out, and there was one day, I'm kidding you not, I went into like 5 businesses, and I heard no, 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 no. They didn't want a book. They didn't want no part of what I was doing. And so I simply went home. I said, okay, today's just not the day to go out and share Avon. I went out the very next day because I was not a quitter, and I went, okay, that day was just a bad day, but let's go out tomorrow and work it again. And I got 20 names and numbers that day. So some days you're going to have no, no, no. I'm allergic. How are you allergic to clothes? I mean, come on. But you're going to hear all kinds of excuses. And then you're going to have those days that are like, oh my gosh, this is why I'm an Avon rep. I love what I do. And oh my gosh, they're excited like I am. So you don't want to give up. So go to businesses. And again, I don't care if that Subway has an Avon rep, go next door. And at the same time, that lady that you spoke to might have an Avon rep at that Subway, but the other 5 workers that work there don't have an Avon rep. So you need to really think about that as well. So go in there a different day. See if you can find a different day when she's not there and ask someone else. Because, again, it might be her sister who is the Avon rep, but she doesn't take books to that Subway, and so you can really work the other Avon reps. So businesses and events. The other thing that I did, let me show you something. So let me grab a book behind me. So the other thing that I did in my first year, and still do at least a couple of times a year, is toss Avon brochures into driveways, just like we're used to the newspapers. So you can do it with a rubber band, you can do it with the What's New clear bags, but I make sure my information is on every book, how they can join, how they can buy from me. And then I just go and I go tossing. So any books that you have left over, you can, let it build up just a little bit and then go do that as well. So events, go talk to people at businesses, and tossing. The other thing that I started doing, and I believe I found out at one of our meetings that we had, so go to your local meetings if someone is having one, and if they're not, you create the meeting. You start holding a meeting for the local Avon reps in your area, because it is so powerful to get together with other Avon representatives and hear everyone's story and what they're doing. So the other thing that I started doing was, not only did I give an Avon brochure to my customers, but I also gave my customers an extra brochure so they can pass it out to their family and friends who might not have an Avon representative. And that started creating helpers for me. So now I have 3 helpers who go out and get orders from the people they know. They even go out prospecting some and have new customers, not just family and friends. And so that is another way that I grow my sales, is helpers and giving this brochure to extra brochures to my customers. So I even have one customer who her mom and sister orders from time to time. So not only do I have her order, but I also can sometimes have 3 orders when I go deliver to her. So definitely do that. So in all of this, I know we get discouraged. I know we get down. And I will personally tell you around school time, sales are low because everybody is shopping for what? School supplies. And then after Christmas, sometimes sales are a little bit low because everybody's broke from Christmas. So, you've got broke from buying school supplies, broke from buying Christmas. Then you also have sometimes in the summer where people are going on vacation. This is also why you want to have way more customers than what you want in order. So here is my rule. Hope you love math. Very simple. Just know your threes, okay? So if you are wanting 20 customers to order every campaign, you want to have times 3 in your customer base. So 20 customers times 3 is 60. So 60 customers that you are giving a new book to every single campaign. 60 customers that you are calling every campaign to get their order. And at the end of that, you're going to have around 20 orders. Okay. I started really noticing that. My kids can even test to that. I would have around 30 to 40 orders sitting in my living room. Every campaign when I bagged it up, loved looking at it. I had all these little Avon bags all over in front of the TV, and it was just the coolest thing. Okay, so the more you grow, the more you'll see that. So I literally would have 30 to 40 orders every campaign because my customer base was a minimum $125. Now, I'm not saying to give a book to customers every time, constantly, if they never order from you. You kind of decide and even ask the customer, are you even open to buying products? If not, I completely understand. That's okay. I just want to make sure, because if you are open to purchasing Avon products, then I want to make sure you get the new book. But if you're not, then that's okay. And I can make sure, that I just don't call you anymore. So, you want to have that kind of open communication, because on your customer list, let me tell you, your customer list will always be changing. So those customers that I had 11 years ago, I do have some of them that still buy from me. Even one of my customers, her husband actually stopped at my Avon table and got a book for his wife, and she still buys from me. About every couple months, she places an order. So you never know who's going to stop and who will still be your customer for years to come. So your customer list is going to change. That's why you need a big notebook, really have lots of pages, or those the customer list that's on naturallybeautifultips.com. However you want to do it, find your way, because it's going to be very crucial for you every campaign. Following up, giving books, make sure they know about the sales. Even when we have opportunities of joining and Avon has some kind of perks going on. The other thing I started doing was actually recruiting some of my customers. So they started signing up and becoming Avon representatives on my team. So you want to make sure your books and your customers know they can join your team with your reference code. So if you don't know your reference code, look at your online store, and whatever is after the /, that's your reference code. Okay, all one word. Whatever is after that /, you want to make sure that they know your reference code so they get tagged to you. And if not, if they sign up with your reference code but don't get tagged you, call Avon ASAP to get instructions on how she can fix that. And it's very simple, but you want to call and make sure you have all the right information. Okay, so discouraged. I know sometimes it happens. Again, this is really right now when school is fixing to start, and sometimes the sales are a little bit lower, or maybe you're not seeing a slump, just depending on who your customers are. If your customers don't have the kids at home, they still buy from you. They don't have that extra expense that's going out. So you want to really grow your customer base as big as possible. That way you can really utilize and benefit from it in fourth quarter when our sales always double. Now, fast forward. Remember I said fast forward to now. A new way that you can grow your business is online. So your social media channels that you are on, you really want to just post a picture of the Avon book in your local yard sale groups, and on your personal Facebook page, Snapchat, have some fun with it. What else? Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram. So really go in and post a picture, whether you are with the picture, with the book, or just the book alone, and just ask. Free Avon catalog, who wants one? Or free Avon samples, who wants some new samples? And you will see your posts blow up. Now, again, it does not happen overnight. So if you go to my page and you see my recent Avon sample posts, and I have, I believe, 15, maybe 20 people on there who wants free samples of new products that are just going to come out. I have that, but do you know 3 years ago I didn't have that. 2 years ago, I didn't have that. I had to grow my social media presence. I had to really work at this and keep at this to get what I am getting now. So go on there, post, even if one person, just one person, comments they want an Avon catalog. Do you know she could be your best customer, your best recruit? She could even introduce you to new places. Even today, one of my customers suggested that we go and take our grab bags to the senior center and see if we can just kind of like have a mini Avon party there. Do you know? She said, yes, you can. You can come back tomorrow. We're going back tomorrow to showcase our Avon products and our grab bags, and I'm going to have new books with me. And you know I'll have new customers. Oh my gosh. So you literally want to be out there online and in person because you never know what's going to come about. So again, extra books. I'm telling you, this is your ticket to big success. Your other ticket is the phone. That's it. You want to have your Avon books. You want to pass them out. You want to add them to your notebook. You want to call them every single campaign. Okay. You don't give them a new book every campaign. You don't talk to them for even 5 minutes. You don't have to talk to them all day, but you don't talk to them for 5 minutes and just be very genuine and very open and just, I can answer any questions that you might have. If you don't know the answer, you do one of two things. You flip open. Let me share with you what this is, okay? This is what I would do as a new rep too. I would have people ask me about skincare. I have no clue. I just signed up. So what I would do, I would turn to the page of the product, or I would go to my online store and I would look at what Avon or other customers were saying about that product. And I would sometimes literally read. So let's say someone asked me about the Clinical Absolute Even Dark Circle Corrector. She's on the phone. She's like, hey, do you know anything about this? I would turn to the page and I would say, yes, I do. It actually helps lighten the look of under eye circles and dark spots with our Absolute Even Tone Corrector. So we have one for the eyes and one for overall for your face. It's all right here. I only read that. And one is for the eyes and one is for the rest of our face. That's it. So literally you don't have to be an expert at this. I do suggest you read up on the products and study your what's new, especially of products that are coming out. So you can have a little bit of knowledge, even though you might not know everything, but literally, oh my gosh, this is going to help you. And I would do that. And second, if I was not sure, I would go, I'm so sorry. I simply don't know, but I can find out for you. Let me call you back in a couple of days when I have the answer. Then you call Avon. You call your Avon bestie and go, I have no clue. She wants so-and-so for makeup. I don't wear makeup. And I would call or text one of my reps who absolutely love makeup and go, this is her question. I'm not sure what to tell her. Can you help me? We have help like that now. So we, as you go and grow, or if you're in in my Avon Facebook groups, you can ask in there. Just ask. Someone will be able to help you, even if I can't answer the question for you or you don't know. So don't let that stop you. Again, a new book every campaign. You go out and give those books out to new customers every campaign and your current customers. Get their contact information, and then 2 days before you place that order, you reach out to them and simply say, hey, Susie, this is Arlena with Avon. I met you at the grocery store the other day and just wanted to let you know that I'm placing my order in a couple of days. Is there anything I can get you or any questions that I can answer for you? She will tell you one or the other. Yes, I have an order. No, I don't have an order. If they say no, I'll say, oh, it's okay. I'll have new Avon catalogs next week. Can I bring you a new catalog and maybe a sample or two? That's it. And you'll be very surprised at how many people will say no, because a lot of people say yes, they want to know what's coming out. A lot of them know Christmas is coming up. Avon has tons of Christmas items, and our Christmas line this year is just, oh my gosh, like you want to make sure you have books for everybody. You want to order double the books because your sales are going to skyrocket if you really go out and work this. So again, working online, working in person, everybody gets a book and everybody gets a follow-up call from you. So if you have questions, comment below. Let me know what it is. Please like this video if this is helpful for you in your Avon business. And also share this video with maybe some of your Avon representatives who maybe is just a little bit discouraged and want to know how to sell more. And again, I am on naturallybeautifultips.com is our website for free resources. And if you're on Facebook, then go to Naturally Beautiful Tips and ask to join our group, and I'll invite you in. So I'm so excited to help you. Everybody has those discouraging days, but we can get past it and, just take a breather for a little bit and then pick yourself right back up. Y'all have a good day and can't wait to see you on the next video. Bye.